My name is Abhishek Jain and welcome back to the Shell Script tutorial series part 10. In today's video we're gonna see how we can control the flow of a logic inside the shell by using a case statement. So let me just quickly show you one use case where we can use a case statement. So in the previous video we built this script where we have this if, elif and else. You can see we are just manipulating a same variable with different values and trying to decide how the flow should happen, right? So what happens is if we want to have more condition with a dollar hash, then case is really helpful when you have a multiple if elif statement for one particular variable. So let me just quickly show you with the demo. So let me just quickly create one shell script. Okay, so if I just put shebang line, okay, then so as I mentioned that we can use the case statement where we have to manipulate the single variable with multiple options, right? So let's say I just pick the same situation which we have built in the if else condition. So to use the case inside the shell, what you have to do, the case, then whatever the variable name you want to evaluate. So I want to evaluate, let's say dollar hash in followed by what all option you want to verify. So I want to verify whether if two variable get passed, then I want to execute echo and let's say user passed two arguments, okay, and then you have to give double colon, right? The next condition I want to verify, let's say 3, then I want to execute user passed 3 arguments, and these echo statement can be changed with the whatever the logic you want to build. You can execute a script and whatever logic you want to put in here, right? Next thing what you can do is, let's say if user passed 4 parameters, then what you want to do. So I would say users passed 4 arguments, then close it. And the last thing is, if user doesn't pass 2, 3 and 4, if they pass something else, then you have to give asterisk. This is going to be the default in case if user do not pass 2, 3 and 4. So in that case user needs to pass either 2 or 3 or 4 parameter or 4 arguments to execute define logic. Okay, so if I just close it, then you have to give ESAC. So this is the syntax which you need to follow. Let me just exit it. Okay, and if I just save it and let me just make it executable, case demo -ltr clear, and if I run this case demo .sh without any parameters, we are getting the logic which is there under the asterisk option, right? What if I just pass, let's say arg1, user needs arg1, see it is again passing one parameter, but right now we have defined only the logic for 2, 3 and 4. What happens if I just give arg2, then see we are getting user pass 2 parameters. Similarly arg3, we are 3. So likewise you can use it, right? So the best way to understand this, for the more real-time example, I just created, let's say db demo.sh, and here what I'm gonna do is just to give you the sense where exactly you can use, right? This is the one use case where you have passed argument, base number of passed argument. Based on that you can decide which logic to be executed. I just created a small script which makes things more clearer, right? So here what I have done is, we just put it here and let me explain it. That would make things more clearer to you. So what I'm doing here is I'm just accepting the first argument and passing that value to the DB operation, and I'm evaluating the value of DB operation, whether it's select, it's insert, or it's update, or it's delete, right? So let's say you have a DB where you want to give a user an option or the script where they can select the value of one particular table, insert the data, update the table, or delete the table, right? So these are the four options which you can do with this shell script, right? So what you can do is you can build this and put all these conditions inside this case statement, which you can see on my screen, and then you can provide this script to the end user and they can just run it, right? So wherever you can see the echo, what you can do is you can put your connection string, make the connection to the DB, and you can just execute that, right? So if I just save this, okay, and if I just make it more, I can make it executable, DB demo, okay, and if I just clear it, and if I just run this DB demo, and let's say I want to select the values, right? So it is throwing me this particular script which I am just echoing, but in real case what you can put the logic where first it will connect to the DB, fire this query, store that value, whatever the return records you are getting, and put it in a one variable, and just you can just throw back to the terminal, or you can save that inside any file, right? Similarly, if I want to insert it, you can do that as well. Similarly, update. Okay, so now you can just play around with this and you can just build the logic the way you want it. Okay, and if you don't do this, and let's say if you just give some invalid value, then you see what I did is first argument should be either select, insert, and update and delete. Now it's completely up to you how you want to handle that situation where you have an invalid value, and based on the different values which you allow in your script where you have built some logic, and based on that you can design the logic, right? So this case statement is really helpful, and it's not only better in the readability as compared to the multiple if and else, but it makes maintainability of the code very easy. And if you want to change something and if you want to add more option, it's very easy for you to do it, because it's a bit complicated in if else, and because the moment you have more and more condition to be to evaluate, then if else statement becomes very difficult and very complicated, right? So that's it from my side for this particular video. And if you have any feedback or comment, or if you want me to just improve on to make these video series or this particular topic more simpler and more easy to understand, just feel free to put that comment feedback into the comment section. I would be more than happy to improve on my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this, and as always, stay healthy and keep learning.